threads in my hands, loops like a spell, building castles brick by brick where I dwell. Brush to the canvas, colors collide, shapes and textures, no need to hide. May your yarn never tangle, your knots stay clean. Find peace in the stitches, life's in between. We're all pieces of a puzzle, a world so wide. Be kind to yourself, let the rhythm ride. Like, oh, let the rhythm ride. Like, oh. Click, clack, brick, stacking dreams in the air. Imagination builds worlds beyond compare. Paint spills wild on the floor, don't care. Every mark's a story, every stroke a dare. May your yarn never tangle, your threads stay true. Find calm in the chaos, let it carry you. We're all threads in the fabric of vivid hue. Be kind to each other, let the love shine through. Let the love shine through. Different shapes, different shades, different tones. Our imperfections build a world we call home. Relax, breathe, take it in, don't rush. The masterpiece is in the touch. Different shapes, different shades, different tones. Our imperfections build a world we call home. Relax, breathe, take it in, don't rush. The masterpiece is in the touch. The touch is in the touch. Tangle your soul, stay free. Embrace all the colors, let them just be. We're all artists in the making, can't you see? Be kind to the world and let it be. May your yarn never tangle, your soul stay free. Embrace all the colors, let them just be. We're all artists in the making, can't you see? Be kind to the world and let it be. My head, and let it be my head.
Friends, how's it going? Okay, it's showing me that you guys aren't able to hear the music, so let me fix that. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now y'all should be able to hear it. Maybe? Is that a little bit better? Not too loud, hopefully. If it needs to be turned down, let me know. Alright. Hey, Ninja! What's up? I know it has... I did stream last week. That was my first week back. But, yeah, I had to take a month off. I was I was sick, then we moved, then I didn't have the setup, and then I was sick again. So it was just a perfect storm of everything, and apparently I needed to take time off of a lot of things, because I also took basically 2 weeks off of, you know, my actual job too. So, whew, but yeah, I am definitely glad to be back at it. Hey, Sneezing, thank you for getting first. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well today. Let me know if everything looks okay, sounds okay, all that jazz. Yeah, so we're still working on the blanket. This is just something that is really chill. I'm still getting set up from the move. We're still unpacking, still trying to organize. I have a lot of crap. I have a lot of craft hobbies, and that most of them include fiber arts, and that takes up a lot of space. So I need to go through all of my stuff and kind of reorganize it better. Right now it is pure chaos in the craft room. So that is why right now I'm still working on this. I know I worked on it last week as well, and I'm still working on it this week. Just cause it's what I've got right now. So, gosh, same. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry that you were out for a month as well. I hope you're feeling better. Doing the leaf border on my blanket today. Nice. Very nice. Oh, man. I don't know who all of our regulars will be here today. I know some of them are on a trip, so we may not see them today, but that is okay. I am super glad you guys are here. I really appreciate all of the support. Y'all are fantastic. Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes. Here, I'll go over to... Let's see. Definitely want to see an update. I really need to get around to reorganizing the Discord too. I've got a lot of projects happening in my head, and that is just one of them. I just haven't had time, you know? Excuse me. I still have a little bit of a cough, so. Had your gallbladder removed. Oh my gosh. Finally figured out your stomach pain. Yeah. Well, I hope that you're doing much better. Aw, how cute is that? I love that combination. How big is your blanket now? Resh! I really didn't expect to see you today. Thank you for redeeming second. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad they figured it out. And I hope that you have a smooth recovery as well. That's a very good way of putting that, sneezing. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad they figured it out. So now you got some answers, and hopefully you'll be feeling much, much better soon. So. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to be in that. Hmm. 42 inches. Nice. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I thought... Oh, did it not line up with fall break? Because I thought all of you guys would be going, honestly. Good now, about 90%. Okay, nice. Getting there. Oh, thank you, Resh. I'm glad you're here. I know you'd rather be somewhere else, and I understand. But I am definitely glad you're here. I hope you're doing okay. But yeah. So we're still just vibing. We still have so much work around the house to do. We haven't gotten like the kitchen completely set up yet, which we really need to do, and I really need to work on my craft room. It's bad. Oh. I gotcha. Oh, does it stretch from weekend to weekend now? I didn't realize that. I thought it started today. You know, you could have always had him stay with us. That wouldn't have bothered us. We would have happily taken him to the things that he needed to go to. Kind of part of the job as auntie and uncle. So I still have my braids in from the Renaissance Festival, at least for today. So they're still there, but I'm going to take them out after stream because it's been a couple of days now and my coworkers are starting to give me funny looks. So I had Jaster take the little silver pieces out before he went to bed so that I could take the braids out after stream. So Saturday to Sunday the following weekend. Wow. Oh, we would figure it out. It would have been fine. I appreciate that, but you know, we're here for you guys. Just like you guys are here for us. It's family, man. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I really like it. The henna that I got. It's a little bit bigger than I had wanted, and so I'm actually sort of considering getting a permanent one, but a smaller one, just like right here. Like maybe the size of a quarter, but empty. So if I wanted to color it in with gel pen, I could. That's a thought anyway. But I would need it to be on this wrist because I'm right-handed. How are Ren fairs? I love Ren fairs. They're so fun. Yeah. I really love Ren fairs. I like the performers. It's a lot of laughs, a lot of comedy, which is great. Yeah, absolutely. Especially since, you know, we'll be more organized, I think. Hopefully. But yeah, the performers / comedians, I mean, everybody seems to be pretty funny. They got jokes. We saw a performer called Zilch the Tory Steller, and he tells stories by flipping the first letter of 2 words, and he does it quick, and it's amazing. And he is absolutely hilarious. He's one of my favorites. I have to see at least one of his shows every time I go to the Ren Fair. Then we watched the Dead Bob Show. We watched one of the belly dancing performances. And the guy who was doing like the narrating and calling out and stuff was absolutely hilarious. Definitely a millennial because he kept making like SpongeBob references, which was hilarious. Really, really cool dude. My sibling and friend watched a pirate comedy show while I was getting this done, and from what I hear, it was quite the wild show. There was fire, someone was set on fire on purpose, but they're okay. Yeah, it was a whole thing. We saw the falconry show, which was really cool. Both my friend and my sibling got hit in the head by an owl while it was flying over the crowd, and completely missed me. I was sitting between them, and it had done one pass over my friend and hit her in the head with its feet when it was going back up to the podium, and then when it was headed back to its home, its wing grazed my sibling in the head. But completely missed me both times. But it was this close. Like, it was really cool. So we got to see demonstrations from that, which was just really awesome. And then we saw the Tortuga Twins, which they're always something to behold. But, you know, we had got turkey legs. I spent more money than I should have. It was a lot of fun. Bought a few hand-drawn maps. There's a new vendor there. Hey, Garbles! To Galveston. Oh. They favored you. Yeah, so we found a new map vendor that does hand-drawn maps. It's prints of their originals, of course. They don't give out their originals, but they do maps of historical things, video games, fictional novels, you name it. It was really cool to see all of these maps. My sibling got one for uh, Jurassic Park, Dracula, and the Seven Realms of Norse mythology. And then I found one for Jaster. So there was one that was World of Warcraft, and I almost got him that one, but I was like, I don't know, he doesn't really play it anymore, so I I went looking through the miscellaneous fiction maps, and I saw a couple, and I was like, maybe, and then suddenly I had the perfect map. Let me see if it's on his desk, see if I can grab it. I don't know where he put it. Ah. He's apparently hid it, because it is not on his desk. Or I would show it to you guys. But it was the map of Pern, which is the book series that really got him into sci-fi and fantasy. So, yeah. I was like, that is perfect. And so when I gave it to him, he just like lit up. He was like, oh my gosh, this is Pern, before he even read the title of the map. So that was a cool gift. Very cool find. And then for myself, so I got my hair braided and I got the henna, but I did buy myself a thing. And I totally did not need it. If you've been here a while, you know I like instruments. And I sort of collect them at this point. Dadgummit. I keep forgetting to take myself off of those. Sorry, guys. If you've been here a while, you know that I like instruments, and I kind of collect them. I have a harp, and a guitar, and a drum, and a keyboard. And yeah, I like instruments. I am not masterful at any of them at all. I just dabble because it's fun. But they had a stall for like ocarinas. I did not buy an ocarina. I actually already own one. So I'll show you what I got. I'll even play it for you because it's got a really pretty sound. Anybody want to guess what it is? It's round. Friend and I dressed up, so I sent. Oh, yes! Oh, lovely! Yay, green! That is a fantastic dress. Absolutely lovely. Thank you for sharing. This was the first time I actually didn't dress up. And I usually do. I got a tongue drum. I got a steel tongue drum. Let me put the mallets together. I know! Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I found it, and I was like, it's in my budget! For what I had for myself set aside for souvenirs. It was in my budget. So, okay, let me pause the music. That's loud. Frisbee has a bunch of cracks in it. Oh gosh. Isn't that lovely? Has a steel drum and sings happy birthday songs. Maybe. I'm not really sure. So I did figure out, let's see if I can figure it out again. No. Some Minecraft for you. It does. It has a really nice sound, and it is very, very pleasant to play. And so I'm really glad that I got it. I know! Minecraft. That's the only thing I can really play right now, other than the scale itself. But it did come with a little book. However, I have no idea how to read the music. Like, okay, I know how to read music, like normal sheet music, all that jazz. I can read music. This is not music. It is and it isn't. I don't know how to read this. I have absolutely no idea how to read this. So I'm going to have to learn how to read it because it's different. It is very different. That is not normal music. But yeah. That's math. I know, right? That's rhythm sheet music. Oh, is it? Is that what that is? I mean, I saw that it said 4/4, so obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1. But is that 3, 5, 5, 3, 1? Maybe? I don't know. Looking for friends. Oh. I didn't even read the titles. They had us do, we were doing rhythm in my music classes. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is in 2/4. So, oh, okay. Okay. That makes a little more sense. That looks like a gigantic pain in the rump. Okay. I will figure it out and maybe figure out how to play an actual song for you guys eventually. So, yeah. But that is the thing that I bought myself aside from my hair and the henna, which are not forever. So, but I loves it. It's got such a lovely sound. Okie dokie. But we'll put it back. Oh, and it did come with, so it has these, and then it has, so there were no instructions. There's not instructions inside of that music booklet either, other than how to adjust the pitch. I don't know what this is. It came in the box. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. I don't know if I'm supposed to if it's supposed to dampen something. My fingers do fit in it really well. I have no idea what it is. And then there are these little guys that you put on your fingers so you can play. You just have to figure it's hard not to just keep your hand on it. You have to smack it and move your hand away, because if you keep your hand on it, it's just not going to play the note. But does it hold the mallets? Maybe. I mean, I suppose it can. I guess if you have it on the table or something, if you're waiting. Yeah, mallet rest, that makes sense. But, and then it came with extra numbers in case these come off and you need to replace them. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. I don't think I'm going to put these back in the box. I'm going to keep putting them together anyway. And they don't fit in the box when they're actually put together. So yeah, that is the thing that I got for me. I did get Jaster some creamed blueberry honey and ginger honey because he's really into making cordials. At least that's what I'm calling them. for him to do that. So, and I got him a glow in the dark pink and purple dragon that is one of those that you're supposed to wrap around your wrist and it can stay there. That actually might be on his desk. I have a few of them. They're just packed away somewhere right now. Yeah. And I don't know where his UV light is, but here's the dragon. It's cute. I gotta figure out how he had it on here. Aha! I figured it out. He's gonna be mad at me. But yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, the crown is cute. Oh man. I've been drinking so much water. I'm still getting my voice back, which is crazy. Oh, let me turn the music back on. There we go. Let me know if that is too loud. All right, we are going to have a stretch break in a little less than 2 minutes, just so you guys know. Tiki won! Congratulations, Tiki. Also, hi. Get sick of losing my voice for like 2 weeks, right? I did not have a voice. Like, it was sad. And I'm getting it back, but I've been using it a lot, so it takes longer to come back when you use it. But I also did a lot of shouting on Sunday and laughing. So when we went to the Ren Fair, I'm getting warm. There we go. And a little desk fan. Perfect. All right. All right. We've got a stretch break in about 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the BRB. And I will see you guys in just a minute. friends. Let's see. Often overshadowed by the wartime president he served, this man was the U.S. vice president throughout World War I. Who was he? Thomas R. Marshall served as the vice president under Woodrow Wilson from 1913 to 1921, navigating the tumultuous years of World War I. I'll be honest, I know I am an American citizen, but I am not very good at vice presidents. At least not before the last, 40 years. So, got more coffee and sponge. What is sponge? Exactly. I know the VPs that have occurred in my lifetime. Oh, interesting. Okay. A Spanish marshmallow dessert thing. Sounds delicious. I like marshmallows. The event had a 2 start time, Saturday and oh, okay, Saturday and tomorrow. Gotcha. Learn state capitals. I'm not even good at capitals. I do know the states, but that's because I know the song. I can say them in alphabetical order. Oh. We even had a state history class when I was in school. When I was in middle school, we had to learn everything about the state that we were in at the time. So, had civics instead. Had civics too. U.S. history, geography. Social studies. Marshmallow cookies. That sounds delicious. World History 1 and 2, U.S. History 1 and 2, and Civics. Oh, okay. See, we kind of had, we had World History, we had U.S. History, we had Geography, a little, but that was kind of lumped in with History, like World History. Now, the state song, that one I got from music. And I can still remember learning it because there was a... Do any of you guys know the state song that I'm even referencing? The Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. So in my music class after Connecticut, we had to turn the page in the book. Yes, but I don't know it. No, it gotcha. No worries. Oh, congrats, Tiki. 5 skeins of yarn. No worries. I know it well enough for everybody. So it was like a front and back page the song was written on. And so we had to actually turn the page after we said Connecticut. And so in order for us to remember that we needed to turn the page, it was the music instructor would go Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, turn the page, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. So we actually got so used to her saying that we ended up singing it in the concert, which of course made her laugh. But yeah. It's just one of those, gosh, that was like 5th grade, and I still vividly remember that. Like, that was a long time ago. Cause I am not young anymore. But, yep, good times. Can't remember the lyrics. It's just the states in alphabetical order. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. There. I know the states in order on the map. Nice. From Maine to Hawaii, east to west. Nice. Okay. That's cool. I mean, I know which states are which, for the most part. Pretty sure. I've been to 43 of them now. Did a lot of Sporkle quizzes as a kid. So no. Oh, nice. Okay. Maps are cool, man. Like, but at the same time, it's like, this is just a giant, large, you know, it's a giant landmass, and we divide it up for some reason. I've done better in school because I have. Ah, yeah, no worries. I miss Pangea. Hey, Serenity! How do, friend? All right. Excuse me. Doing all right. Hanging in there. Making it. They teach in school now. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I know what my sibling is learning in college. But, you know, you learn a lot more in college than you would in regular school. Ah. BRB, all right. Where I learned there are actually people like me in the world. College is definitely a really good time to just, you know, for self-discovery, a chance to figure out how to live on your own, make friends or don't, however you like. Yeah, I loved being in college too. It was pretty sad when it was over. There's a whole wide world out there. You got this. I mean, yes, I've been out of college now for 15 years, and there are times where I'm like, yeah, I could go back to that because I love learning things, but you never stop learning things. And now I'm like, if I were back in college, I'd still be kind of dependent on people that I don't want to really be dependent on, and I kind of like having my independence. So there's that. But, there are aspects about college that I miss, like choir and social gatherings, but you can find those kinds of things in other ways too. I do miss being able to only get like 4 hours of sleep and be able to function. I cannot do that now. Yeah, you're never too old to go back to school. I'd totally go back to school. It's just that I don't want to bankrupt myself. I also don't know what I would study anymore. Asking where class was. That's fall. Oh no! Well, when you don't live on campus, that is definitely a thing that can slip past you. Yeah, my sibling had their fall break last week. I am so excited. So I've been learning a lot from my sibling while they've been going to college classes, and they're taking classes that I didn't get to take really because totally different major. But they signed up for or made a list of they can't sign up yet, but they've made a list of the classes that they want to take next semester, and I am so excited because I'm learning from them. They're taking German, and I'm like, yes, I want to learn German. So I'm going to have them teach me while they're learning, which will help solidify it for them. And then we'll be able to speak German at each other. It'll be fun. I'm excited. I'll help them study. Exactly. Hated living on campus. I was only on campus for a semester. I lived on campus all 4.5 years that I was in college. And I loved it my first 4 years and then hated it my last semester because I didn't have my roommates anymore. And the people that I was forced to be in a dorm room with, which fortunately it was a 4-bedroom kind of apartment style sort of deal. So we had our own little spaces, but they were like shoe boxes. They were so tiny. You could fit a bed and a desk and a dresser, and that is it. And you had like a little walkway between those, so tiny. But anyways, the people that I was forced to room with my very last semester were all on freshman scholarships for sports, and they did not care about anything but sports. I don't begrudge them their scholarships in sports, but I was living in an upperclassman dorm. They should not have been there. That was frustrating. And they kept bringing guys in and leaving icky things in places, and it just, I was so ready to move out when that was over. But anyway. But yeah, I'll help them study. I'm really excited about it because I want to learn German. I know a little bit, a very little bit. I know more cuss words than anything, but that's because I had a friend who was an Air Force brat as well, and we met in high school, and they had moved back to the States from Germany. And when you're a teenager in Germany, you learn the cuss words first, and those are the ones that you stick with, and those are the ones you teach your friends when you go back to the States, and so that's how I learned them. I have a weird amount of energy right now. Your roommate was odd. Oh. Now, my first roommate, I actually knew her in high school. And we did live together all 4 years. We shared a room our freshman and sophomore years in the freshman and sophomore dorms. And then we had made really good friends with 2 other ladies our freshman year. And so we had all moved to the same dorm when we were in sophomore year. And then when we got to junior year, we were like, hey, why don't the 4 of us go to the upperclassmen dorm and get one of the 4 bedrooms so that we can just all live in one little apartment thing. There was like a living room sort of situation. I had the biggest TV, which was one that had a VCR and a DVD player connected to it. Thank you very much. It was fancy. So that was the one that was in the living room. There were 2 bathrooms, and so that the 2 rooms on the right shared a bathroom and the 2 rooms on the left shared a bathroom. Is the common living room space, a kitchenette that just had like a sink and a dishwasher, and some cabinets, and then a refrigerator and a washer and dryer actually in the room, which was really nice. I never thought I would miss a washer and dryer so much. But yeah, so the 4 of us lived together for junior and senior year, and then the 3 of them graduated on time because I was an overachiever, and was pre-med biology with a minor in chemistry. You didn't technically have to do the minor in chemistry to get the pre-med, but I did, and it put me behind on a couple of things, and so I ended up having to take an extra semester because chemistry sucks, but it's also really awesome. Yeah. Organic chemistry sucks. I didn't like that class. Anyways, so yeah. So I had to stay the extra semester and had the really crappy roommates. So, anyways, it is about time for the midstream mini mystery. Are you guys ready to solve a mystery? Are y'all still there? Have I completely put you to sleep on my college roommate talk? If I have, I'm sorry. But also, I take it as a compliment that you are that relaxed. You know the drill. Weren't allowed to have men in our dorms. We could in all of them. But on the first 2 dorms that we lived in, only for certain times of the day. And then the upperclassmen dorm was a co-ed dorm anyway. So now that is to say it was like not co-ed in the individual apartments, but you could have like an apartment of 4 here and then of a different here next to each other. But yeah. Anyway. Can't wait to learn more about wine. Didn't have any issues with men being there. We didn't either when it was me and my original roommates. One of them practically lived with her boyfriend. Well, he lived with us, which was fine. Oh, okay, gotcha. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna pause here. Let's go to midstream mini mystery. Yeah. Long distance. They were very strange. Yeah, my, gotcha. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, my first roommate, the one that I knew in college, she had a high school sweetheart. They're actually married now, and they have like, how many kids do they have now? 4? 3? I don't know. We don't really talk anymore. But they got married. Good for them. And then one of my roommates, her boyfriend practically lived with us, which was fine. He was a cool dude. And then the other one did not find her husband until a couple years after college. So, and now they have 2 kids. The one who had her boyfriend living with us, they actually lived together for a couple of years after college, but then it didn't work out, and now she is very happily married and has 3 kids. So, anyways, you guys didn't ask that. Let's solve a mystery. This is the case of the green pen. P-E-N, pen. Except for the ambulance attendants, Sheriff Monahan, and Dr. H., there was nobody at Meadowbrook Bowling Lanes, the only alleys in town, except a young woman sprawled by the front door with a knife in her back. The lanes closed at midnight, said the sheriff. One of my men discovered the body at 4 a.m., and I called you right away. Dead about an hour, said Dr. H. Who was she? Roberta Lane, replied the sheriff. She just married Theodore Lane, a merchant captain, before he sailed for Hawaii last week. They have a little house on Bleecker Street. Any suspects? Charlie Barnett, maybe. Roberta jilted him for Ted. Dr. H. dropped a green fountain pen by the door. Let's pay Mr. Barnett a visit. The suspect lived in a room behind the gasoline station he owned. Dr. H's first words were, "Do you know Roberta has been murdered?" "No," gasped Barnett. "Well, that's enough for now," said Dr. H. Then, as if in an afterthought, he added, "I must have dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the Lanes where I found the body. I'm due in the city in about an hour. Mind getting the pen for me and leaving it with the sheriff this morning?" Barnett looked uncertain. He shrugged. "Sure?" When he brought the pen to the sheriff's office later that morning, he was promptly arrested. Why? I'm going to read that again, because what? The case of the green pen. Except for the ambulance attendants, Sheriff Monahan, and Dr. H., there was nobody at Meadowbrook Bowling Lanes, the only alleys in town, except a young woman sprawled by the front door with a knife in her back. The lanes closed at midnight, said the sheriff. One of my men discovered the body at 4 a.m., and I called you right away. Dead about an hour, said Dr. H. Who was she? Roberta Lane, replied the sheriff. She just married Theodore Lane, a merchant captain, before he sailed for Hawaii last week. They have a little house on Bleecker Street. Any suspects? Charlie Barnett, maybe. Roberta jilted him for Ted. Dr. H. dropped a green fountain pen by the door. Let's pay Mr. Barnett a visit. The suspect lived in a room behind the gasoline station he owned. Dr. H.'s first words were, Do you know Roberta has been murdered? No, gasped Barnett. Well, that's enough for now, said Dr. H. Then, as if in afterthought, she added, I must have dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the Lanes where we found the body. I'm due in the city in an hour. Mind getting the pen for me and leaving it with the sheriff this morning? Barnett looked uncertain. He shrugged. Sure? When he brought the pen to the sheriff's office later that morning, he was promptly arrested. Why? All right. Did they fingerprint him on the pen in the body? I don't know. Doesn't say. But also, this book was written a long time ago. Well, I don't know. Maybe. For being on the crime scene. Yeah. I don't know. Because it was... Dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the lanes where we found the body. I'm due in the city in an hour. Mind getting the pen for me? Leaving it with the sheriff this morning. Meadowbrook bowling lanes, the only alleys in town. I don't know. Can you read only the first sentence? Except for the ambulance attendants, Sheriff Monahan, and Dr. H., there was nobody at the Meadowbrook bowling lanes, the only alleys in town, except a young woman sprawled by the front door with a knife in her back. And then... I must have dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the lanes where we found the body. So the guy knew where the pen would be despite not having told him she was murdered at the bowling alley. But it says that's the only alleys in town. So, what other lanes would he think of? I don't know. So the guy knew where the pen would be okay, yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird, because I'm like... But they also said it's the only one. Well, do you guys want to hear the answer? Because I have no idea. Is lanes a 100% description for bowling alley? Oh, that's a good point, Garbles. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. If, another lane sport. There's drag racing lanes, maybe? If I heard lanes, I would only think bowling alley. Same. Now I'm trying to think of other descriptions for lanes. Like, there's... Ooh, what were some popular sports in the 60s? I mean, drag racing lanes, park lanes. Those are the only things I can really think of. But she very specifically says, I must have dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the lanes where we found the body. So it would be indoors. Running lanes. Oh, that's a good point. Like track. But I wouldn't call those lanes. I'd call that track. You know? But, I mean, it was a different time. But that's a good point. It must be something... I agree with you. I think that it may be something to do with the definition of lanes at this point. That is a really good point, Garbles. Yeah, I got... That's the... Yeah. Front door of the lanes. And it's the only lanes in town. So, I don't know. Alright, you guys ready for the answer? Okay. Although Barnett claimed he did not know Roberta Lane... Oh... Roberta Lane had just been murdered, he knew, as Dr. H said, that the pen lay by the front door of the Lanes. Had he been innocent, he would have looked for the pen at the front door of the Lanes, that is, at their house. Oh. Okay. Well, so it was a play on Lanes. Good job, Garbles. I didn't think about that her last name was Lane. Yeah. That was pretty crafty. I mean, yeah, an innocent person would have thought to go to the Lane's house. If, not knowing where the body was. Because they just said by the front door of the Lanes. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It was a murder. That is, yeah. Definitely threw me off. Well, thank you guys very much for helping me solve today's midstream mini mystery. Yeah. Thank you, Garbles, for putting the idea of that maybe Lanes has a different definition. It definitely did, and that was indeed the thing that got the person caught. So, of course, then, if the person checked the Lane's house and didn't see a pen there, maybe they would have been like, oh, what about Bowling Lane? I don't know. That's not definitive proof. It just, I guess, depends on how fast the person brought the pen to the police station. But also, what kind of murderer would be like, yeah, I'll go get your pen, and then bring it to the police station? Like, you'd think, oh, that's a trap. They certainly know that I've done a thing. I should probably, like, leave town or something. I don't know. That's just my thought. I don't see why you would go to the police station if you knew that you had done it. That just seems a little weird. So, whole thing is a little far-fetched. Yeah, just a smidgen. But clever. Yes, indeed. Quite so. Alrighty. Let us go back to crochet time. I need some water. Whoop. All right. That was very interesting. No new wine knowledge, though. Oh. Well, that was in the other book. That was in the newer book, so... But you learned a new play on words to trap somebody in a lie, I guess. As long as there are lanes involved of a variety. Yeah. Ah! Congratulations, Resh! You won the Battle Royale! So I have to train some people tomorrow on how to do aseptic sampling at work. I get to go to one of the plants and teach them about microbes and why we need to be mindful of them, which, I mean, they know. It's just an annual training thing we have to do. So, bouncing between combos, suddenly feeling sneaky. Well, alrighty. Oh, I got new steel-toed boots today for work, and I was actually pretty excited to get them because had it been like 15 years ago, these would be like really cool shoes, and I'd be the envy of all of my peers. But today, I know the cool shoes are Crocs, and I really don't understand that trend, but whatever. Anyways, I got Timberlands. Very fancy boots. They are a pale green, which I love. And steel toe, waterproof, and they're high on the ankles, so they'll actually give me good ankle support. I know, fancy indeed. I'm very excited about them. But yeah, every other year or something, or every 1 year, I think it's every year, they provide us a little bit to go toward a pair of boots. And now you can get boots within the budget, so you don't have to pay anything. I had to pay a whole $25 today. That is totally worth it for these freaking awesome boots. I'm very excited about them. They're cushioned, they're comfy. I'm really stoked about them being waterproof because that is a very common thing for me to have to deal with when I go to the plants, where it is required that I wear steel-toe boots. So, yeah, pretty cool. I was very excited because, you know, there are so many songs from the early 2000s about, you know, stomping around in one's Timberlands. I think they pronounced it Timberlands, though, but still. I was really excited about it. I really, really wanted the pair of Doc Martens they had, because that was definitely the shoe to have in the 90s. And I had always wanted a pair. I had a pair of fake Doc Martens. And they did have a pair, and I could have picked them, but I tried them on. And those are the most uncomfortable freaking boots. Why were they so popular? Like, what? Oh my gosh, they were so uncomfortable. Also, can someone please tell me the obsession with Crocs? Beauty is pain. I suppose so. Yeah, somebody explain to me the obsession with Crocs. Those are, like, ugh. Crocs are fugly. Thank you. Thank you. They're so popular right now. Thank you, Sneezing. I'm not alone in the world. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And partly because they remind me of somebody that I don't really care for, because that was the first person I ever saw wearing them. And this was like, gosh, when they first came out, you know, they were like $5 at Walmart. They were super cheap. And the person that I saw wearing them is just not one of my favorite people in the world, and I'm not going to go into more detail about that. And so, not only just that, it's just that I don't know. They're so, ugh. I don't know. But now they're like $70, and I don't understand. It's not like a whole lot of, like, thought went into the design of Crocs. they're injection molded, like they're not even, you know, sewn together. They're just plastic, which are really bad for the environment. I like that. You're probably not wrong. You can eat them? Ooh. Really? Doesn't sound like that would be very tasty, and then you would have no shoes. I guess if you're that desperate, I'd just eat grass. Well, anyways, I don't like them, but to each their own, I guess. I certainly wouldn't spend $70 on Crocs. That was pretty funny. I don't think that I would revert to cannibalism. However, in a zombie apocalypse, at least I know there'd be somebody who would, you know, be a little more awful about getting away than myself. So, I'll just make sure I surround myself with people who wear Crocs. That was pretty funny, Garbles. I know I wouldn't survive a zombie apocalypse. I don't run. Though, maybe those who would survive it would help me survive, because at least I have some post-apocalyptic skills. I can do the spinning of yarn, and I have first aid skills, and yeah. That's about all I got. I can make clothes. And the more I do it, the better I get at it. Anyways. Given the opportunity. And I would not. I do like exotic meats. Like there's a restaurant here that is like a really, really good date night place that serves like buffalo and ostrich and elk and antelope and quail and all sorts of expensive meats. And it's really cool because you can try stuff. But that is one I don't think I would try. Bunch of little hats for the zombies. If they promise not to eat me, I would make them hats. And I would spritz them with fabric softener so that at least it would smell better than the decay that would be wafting off of them, because zombies decay. Pretty sure. Anyways. I don't like zombies. That's probably my least favorite of the horror film things. Zombies. Taking the rich very seriously. Oh gosh. I've heard those meats are spoiled. Sorry, it was a really bad joke. Speaking of bad jokes, you guys should hear the joke of the day. Thank you! I have... Oh, that should say fiber art. Crap. Oh well. Too late. Yep. All right. I literally could not think of anything, so I was like, I don't know, this or that. We'll see how many votes we get for each. Don't know what this is, don't know what that is. Just this or that. Yeah, I have a delightful little list of fiber art / Halloween themed jokes that I very recently discovered that will be on the jokes of the day. So stay tuned for those going forward until Halloween. Yep, you got it. Yep, she was born on Leap Day. Bravo, my dudes. Ah. My hair is going to be so curly when I take these braids out. This doesn't matter to anyone but me here. He's very happy. Dan and Phil confirmed that they're in a relationship yesterday. Who is Dan and Phil? I'm really bad at pop culture stuff though, so I probably know who this is. They are YouTube OGs. Okay. I still don't know who that is. When I think of OG YouTube, I think of like Charlie the Unicorn, The End of the World, Salad Fingers. Ugh. I can quote that so much, which sucks. Very popular when I was a preteen. Oh, okay. I hate that I can quote Salad Fingers so much. But that was one of my first college roommate's favorites to watch, and so we watched it a lot, and so it's one of those that I know really well. Whiskey! Welcome in from the lurks. How are you, friend? We solved a murder today. I don't know if you heard it. Enjoyed Salad Fingers. Unfiltered internet access as a child. Yeah. Salad Fingers was creepy. I like rusty spoons. Marjorie Stewart Baxter, you taste like sunshine dust. Hubert Cumberdale, you taste like soot and poo. Like the llama song. Here's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama. Funny llama, fuzzy llama, 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 duck. It was completely nonsensical. I loved it. I used to know all the words. I was once a treehouse, I lived in a rake, but I never saw the way the orange laid the rake. No, that's not the thing, that's not the word. I was only 3 years old when I told this tale, and now listen, little child, to the safety rail. It was completely nonsensical. I am just doing. Didn't get to hear the rest. It was actually. It was very interesting. I'm sorry that you didn't get to hear it. It had an interesting little twist. It was a murder. What do you guys think? Should I read it for Whiskey? Or was the 2 times you've already heard it enough? I completely understand if that is the case. Okay. I will reread it then. You had their book. Okay. Let me get the book back. This is called The Case of the Green Pen. Except for the ambulance attendants, Sheriff Monahan, and Dr. H, there was nobody at the Meadowbrook bowling lanes, the only alleys in town, except a young woman sprawled by the front door with a knife in her back. Oh, crap. We're about to have a stretch break. We have 3 minutes. All right. The lanes closed at midnight, said the sheriff. One of my men discovered the body at 4 a.m., and I called you right away. Dead about an hour, said Dr. H. Who was she? Roberta Lane, replied the sheriff. She just married Theodore Lane, a merchant captain, before he sailed for Hawaii last week. They have a little house on Bleecker Street. Any suspects? Charlie Barnett, maybe. Roberta jilted him for Ted. Dr. H dropped a green fountain pen by the door. Let's pay Mr. Barnett a visit. The suspect lived in a room behind the gasoline station he owned. Dr. H's first words were, Do you know Roberta has been murdered? No, gasped Barnett. Well, that's enough for now, said Dr. H. Then, as if in afterthought, she added, I must have dropped my fountain pen by the front door of the lanes where we found the body. I'm due in the city in an hour. Mind getting the pen for me and leaving it with the sheriff this morning? Barnett looked uncertain. He shrugged. Sure. When he brought the pen to the sheriff's office later that morning, he was promptly arrested. Why? Congratulations, Sneezing! And then after the break, you can find out why. I'll read the answer to you. But yeah. Let me know if you want me to read it again. I don't mind. It's very short. But yeah, we have 1 minute, so I am going to go ahead and put it on BRB. And I will see you guys in a minute. Stay tuned. crap, Whiskey. Dude, you figured it out. That was awesome. That was really awesome. Yeah, you figured it out. If the guy had gone to the Lane's house, he wouldn't have found the pen. So, yeah, bravo. All right. On break. Be back in a minute. So, yeah, before we popped into the BRB, Whiskey was a freaking genius and came up with the answer before, before like a minute was up. So I'll read you the answer. Um, Although Barnett claimed he did not know Roberta Lane had just been murdered, he knew, as Dr. H said, that the pin lay by the front door of the Lanes. Had he been innocent, he would have looked for the pin at the front door of the Lanes, that is, their house. So, good job. Bravo. All right, so let's see. Attention, coming soon to a chat near you. In a world of yarn and laughter, join Maislin's epic crafting saga. Sneezing battles croc disdain while Garbles plots crochet zombie hats. The battle royale rages on, with Maislin emerging victorious. I didn't mean to, sorry. Hoarding the golden yarn like a true crafting champion. Meanwhile, the fandom nostalgia hits hard as Dan and Phil's love is celebrated. Will Whiskey uncover the mystery of the Lanes? Stay tuned. Whiskey did. For having a scrambled brain, I did okay. Head pat self. Yes, head pat. Head pat. Sorry to stretch and detach, but I need sleep. Oh, bye, Garbles. I'm sorry I missed you. Tay! Hello! Dude revealed himself. Exactly. Sneaky, sneaky. Alright, we'll go back to crochet. Thank you for your patience there. So I have these awesome braids, and I'm actually going to take them out tonight, so my hair is going to be like super, super curly when I'm done. But yeah, I went to the Renaissance Festival on Sunday, for those of you just now tuning in. I'm actually going to go ahead and start taking them out, because yeah, that'd be kind of fun to see how wavy my hair actually is. It was great having these braids in, though. I will say, they were a lot of fun. I got asked if I was starting MMA fighting, and I was like, no. What? MMA fighting? Here, should I just go to... Let me go to just chatting. There, and now you guys can see. Actually, let me do, because I can still like chat, but you guys can see like they're pretty cool braids. But yeah, I'm gonna take them out, see how curly my hair is. Love the curls from braids, but also love my natural curls more. Yeah, if my natural curls weren't so daggum frizzy, I would do that more often, but they are so frizzy. Okay, so I've got this little braid that is the side of my head, but it's in this braid, so I have to like unbraid the braid. Hair's too short to braid. Aw. Okay. Ooh, this is a tiny little braid. OMG, you won! Yay! Congratulations! My curls have been weird since I moved back to Jersey. Yeah, I have natural curl. It's just, it behaves funny. Is this not locked? This needs to be locked. Okay, there we go. This is such a tiny braid that it's hard to... Because it was this small braid here, and then it went back into the big braid. Which, look at that. Oh, you can see some of my rainbow. Cool. It's the NJ depression. Aw. We aren't all depressed in New Jersey. really long time since I've been to New Jersey. I wasn't there very long though, so I don't really remember it. I think we just mostly drove through it. We did stop because I got a postcard. Well, this is hard. Oh, did I not get it totally out of... Oh, apparently I did not get it totally out of this braid. Okay, there we go. Ah! Now I can see it! Oh, it's so tiny. Depends where in Jersey you live, I think. Ah. I mean, the whole country's kind of depressed right now, so it's kind of a thing. Holy buckets. This is so wavy. It's gonna feel so much... I mean, it didn't hurt or didn't bother me or anything like that, but it is gonna feel much better having it down again. It was pretty comfortable though. Just had homecoming, so I'm still writing. Oh yeah, how was it? Did you have fun? Oh, look at that. Ugh. It was amazing. Best part, best homecoming yet. Sad, it's my last one. They have homecomings in college too, by the way. Look at how wavy that is. It's so much. Alright, other side. Mermaid waves. Yeah. I'm glad that you had a great homecoming. And that you had a lot of fun. And that it was the best one yet. But yeah, there are homecomings in college too. Looks pretty. Thank you. It feels gross. And I need to wash it. Oh. Let's get this braid out. Okay. I do like that you can see the rainbow though, like at least the red, because it pops. Hung out with my friends afterwards for the first time, so that made it even better. Oh, nice. All right. Oh. Okay, now I gotta undo this braid. So pretty. Well, thank you. Yeah, it sure did. My scalp's like, yes. Okay. It was totally worth it. It was it was fantastic. It looked cool. I posted pictures so you guys saw it. At least if those of you who are in the Discord, I know you saw it. Thank you for being patient with me and chatting with me while I take my braids out. Bear in the Leo. Say hi. They're both here. Oh, are they becoming friends? I want a dog so bad. I've been looking at our local humane society. Kind of. As much as a cat would befriend a dog. I've been looking at our local humane society, and there's a few like middle-aged dogs that I'm like, they need some forever home. They need some love. But I don't know. Don't get a puppy. They're cute and all, but they're a lot. Yeah, I kind of want a dog that maybe is trained already. Oh, okay. Alright. It's all out. It's all poofy and curly and so much curl. It needs to be washed, but oh man, that feels so much better. Oh, I've been missing being able to do that, Rawr. Now I'm gonna put it up in a ponytail to get it out of my way. Super curly. Okay. Now I can go back to crochet time. I just realized that my music was not on the just chatting page. I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Because we need that there. Okay. Whew. Yeah, they do have some puppies at the Humane Society. They have some lab puppies, and they're absolutely adorable. But I would kind of like to get an older dog because, those are the ones that are least likely to get adopted. And they need some love, They need some love. So, but they've got a couple of Great Pyrenees, which are very fuzzy dogs that shed a lot. And they're so cute. They look like they really need some love. They're both 6 years old. Apparently they were not in a very good home when they were given to the Humane Society. So as far as like neglect, not like abuse, which, I mean, neither thing is good, of course. But like they have Great Pyrenees are very, very fuzzy, and it's very easy for their fur to be matted. So, or to get matted. So there's a lot of brushing involved and a lot of grooming and stuff like that. So, but apparently the previous owners were not very good at that. So, but they look so cute. And then there's another dog that's about 4 years old, and her name is Mira, and she's a mutt of some kind with short fur. Ah, congratulations, Whiskey, you won the Battle Royale. That I would love to have, but yeah, maybe someday. I definitely want a dog someday. I'd really like a Great Dane. I don't want a small dog. I would like to have a big dog. But Great Danes are apparently really good apartment dogs because they sleep 18 hours a day. And they like to just lounge with you. And I want a dog that'll just lounge with me and watch like the Game Show Network or whatever. That would be nice. But anyway. But that is a big dog. Great Danes are very big. Oh, I should show those of you who are just tuning in what else I got at the Renaissance Festival. So, I got the braids, which was fun. if I was a Great Dane, I'd also want to sleep 18 hours a day. No kidding, right? Sounds like the perfect dog, for sure. They're sweet, gentle giants. They're adorable. So I had gotten my hair braided. I got some henna done. And I'm actually thinking about making this permanent, but maybe on this side in a small, like quarter-sized crescent moon that is empty, so I could color it in with like gel pens or whatever. But then the other thing I got is an instrument, and I'm gonna play it for you guys because it's fun. I probably should have just left it out of the case. I got a tongue drum, steel tongue drum. I know. Sorry, I forgot to pause the... There we go. I know, it's such a pretty color, isn't it? It's so pretty. That's the only song I know. Yeah! Yay! That is the only song I have figured out how to play so far. But other than that, it's the scale, which is fun. Yeah. Yay. Aw, good night, Sneezing. Thanks for hanging out. It was good to see you. I hope you have a fantastic night and day tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. But yeah. So let's see. It was... It's a lot. It's fun. I like it. I like it a lot. It's relaxing and just got such a nice sound. So, anyways, that is the thing that I got from myself. So, yeah. Yes, I should be here. Okay, good. Yay! But yeah. I've always wanted one. I collect instruments at this point, and this was just one of the ones I wanted, and now I got it. I had budgeted for it, though, so it wasn't too bad. I'll turn the music back on. But yeah. New fish tank Lego set is coming out. No, I haven't! I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Fish tank Lego. Oh, dude, that's cool. That is super cute. I might have to think about that because that would be really cute, like back here. Looks awesome and I want it, but it's expensive. It is. I saw the price. But now I'm like, it'd be really cute, like right here on my bookcase, just where that painting is. So I've got some new animals over here. A spooky green teddy bear, a little witch duck, and a witch turtle over here. So now the turtle, a friend of mine crocheted. You guys saw it last week. Hecate, as it has been named, which I love. And the little skeleton bear and the little witch duck, actually, we found by accident at Walmart. So, yeah, they're adorable. Most expensive, but it's up there. Yeah. Yeah, you've got some expensive sets. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate my sets into my backdrop. Like, I've got the Bulbasaur and the Aqualops. There we go. They're on the third shelf up, which you can't see. So I'm sorry. And then I've got my orchid up there, which also you can't see because it's the very top of my bookcase. But I want to try to figure out how to make this look better. I just haven't done it yet. And I'm knocking things down. What did I just knock down? Oh. That goes there. Okay. Sorry. But yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I did get another thing to add to the backdrop as soon as I get a plug-in for it. It's a it's an LED neon light. It's not really neon. That lights up, says good vibes, that I was gonna put back here. So I'm gonna have to make this not be mirrored so you guys can actually read it. Wonder if I could put it this way. No, it would look funny. But yeah. So there's that. I'm getting things. I've seen the new Death Star set. I have not, but I bet that is really expensive. Because everything Star Wars is expensive. Guess how much? $523. That's probably way low, honestly, for Death Star. Is it a big set or is it a little set? Wrong. 1,000. Okay, big set. Got it. That is an amount of money. That is, you could do a lot with $1,000. Well, in this economy. Most expensive Lego set ever made. I believe it. With over 30 minifigures. Oh my gosh. That is massive. Buy so much yarn with that, right? I've not bought yarn in quite some time. But that's because I have a lot of yarn and I need to work my way through it. Try to anyway. Which is, that's what I'm doing here. Working my way through some yarn. So, might think about it. I'm not a big enough fan to spend that much money on it, right? I mean, I absolutely would, but I don't know where I'd put it. Because while we did just move into a bigger place, something that large, well, I could potentially put it in the craft room when I get that organized. I'm not going to think about that. Sure, yeah. I could do that. Actually, almost time to end stream. Resh, you're getting hellos. I don't know if you're still in chat. You're still on the stream avatar, so I'm assuming you're still here. Should get the Wally set next. Oh, I love Wally. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about that tree or that fish tank now. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bouncing between 3 conversations. I believe it, Resh. Well, no worries. At least this one's about to end. Yeah, I started a little bit early, and I've got to get up a little bit earlier in the morning because I've got to go do some training at one of the plants. Teach them how to aseptically sample product, so that it does not get contaminated with icky microbes, bacteria, and fungi. Gross. So, that being said, let's scooch that over. My beautiful new background that my wonderful spouse so lovingly purchased for me. We're going to go ahead and pop over to end of stream page. No, I'm still here, so I want the fish tank so bad. It's on my Christmas list. I understand it's expensive, so I probably won't get it. No, I will buy it later. Fun guy is not a fun guy. Absolutely. Alright, let's see. Who is on live right now? Who do we want to raid? Actually, let's pop over to handset. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and take care of yourselves. There's a lot going on in the world, and kindness is very important. We need to keep that. So, have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, in the meantime, may your yarn never tangle. Bye!